Hiya folks, Fuzz here, welcome back to Star Ocean 4, and today we're going to finish off the Celestial ship by taking on our next boss battle. And I don't expect it to be too tricky because of the extra grinding and whatnot we've been doing for our skills, but if you haven't been doing that, then this fight can be a bit of a pain. But fortunately you do have that restore point, that healing point, and the save point just outside, so if you haven't already and you do struggle with this next fight, then by all means to spend a bit of time farming either for some experience to get your levels up or for some green bonus tiles to get your skill points up. So what I've gone ahead and done, just so you can see here, is actually I'm about to hit level 26 on Edge and Raimi, so I haven't actually been farming experience. The levels that I've gained are fairly high, but that's solely really from farming for skill points. This game has a lot of grinding involved in it. When you want to stay on top of keeping your skill points maxed, it does take a lot of dedication. Especially because obviously as you start getting more characters and more skills, you're just going to get overwhelmed very quickly if you don't stay on top of them as early as possible. So that's what I've really been trying to do here. Now I haven't maxed out Edge's HP boost just because it requires so many skill points, and not only that, but I don't really need it right now, quite frankly. He's got just under 5,000 health, and that's far more than we even need at this stage. So I'll keep levelling that skill up as we go, but for now, I'm happy with where it's at. And with my other characters, I do still need to level up their chain combo skills. But as far as I'm aware, everything else is now maxed. So I'm happy with where we're going. But that said, I'm not doing any more farming at the moment. I do want to get ahead with this next boss fight. So once you're ready, you want to head into the centre of the room. And this is actually an elevator which is going to take us up to the next level. It looks like there's a chest over here, so we'll go and pick that up. 2 fresh sage. Okay, and there's another chest just down here actually, but yeah, we can open this one with the fire ring. We will be recharging our fire ring in due course after this fight as well. So don't worry too much if you're getting quite low on charges. And that's pretty much all there is to do in terms of chests. So now we're going to run around the elevator here, and there's other save points. Guess we may as well make use of that as well. Okay, and now that we're ready, we're going to just head forward here. And with this interaction point, we'll get another cutscene, followed by the boss battle itself.
What is this thing?
It's all floaty and sparkly.
A stone? No, it's not. More like... no, not iron either. What kind of material is this? I could swear I've... Raimi, Faize, do you remember seeing anything like this before?
Could it be? That time when we first met?
That's right! That's it!
Yeah, the meteor fragment we found on Eos.
No doubt about it, this is the same stuff!
But what's it doing on this planet?
Good question.
I'm bored. Nobody's talking to me.
What's that light?
Lim, did you do something?
The symbol stone is reacting. Wait, could that mean...
This is the source of the disease.
Lim, try moving it a little closer to that thing. Okay. Symbological, power, eliminate, light, worldwide.
What just happened?
That's kinda weird. Ludi's symbol stone didn't work. Get away from it, you two!
Something's wrong! What the hell's going on?
Such a grotesque angel doesn't deserve the name.
Amen to that.
Okay, so this is the boss known as Barachiel, and he does have very high defences, but the first thing you're going to want to do is, with Faize, just head over to his Symbiology menu and disable Ice Needles, and just use the square button to do that. And the reason why is this guy is basically going to get healed if we cast ice attacks on him. And we really want to try and stay at range as much as possible. And there we go, Ice Needles, just to show you it heals before we get into the fight. So just make sure you don't cast it as part of your combos either. And watch him when he goes into rush mode, because he's going to really lay on the damage. Now, we can't see how much health he has because he's a boss. In my opinion, I'm not a big fan of that mechanic in the Star Ocean series, but that's the way it works. But it's thought he has between 80,000 and 160,000 health on Galaxy mode. Now, it's possible that bosses have a random amount of health within that range, or whatever range it is they're given. So you can't exactly know how much health they have, apart from, well, just by trial and error really, until it dies. So try and keep your characters at range. I'd recommend having Limmel dedicated to healing. You might even want to get Edge dedicated to healing, depending on how much damage you'll take him. And then just stay away from him, as I say, when his rush bar is depleting. And try and get a couple of combos off, if at all possible. Now, if you can use Faize to finish the battle, get the last hit in, then that's going to be particularly useful because of the battle trophy that Faize needs to get by defeating so many unique enemies, which is going to come from bosses, quite frankly. And we do have a limited amount of time in order to get that battle trophy, so just bear that in mind. So the best way to do that is, once you think you've done a fair amount of damage, is to just actually disable your other characters. Whether I'll do that on this fight or not, I'm not sure. But also, if you've got a bonus board, it's almost certainly going to be broken during this battle. Just try and stay at range again. And we're getting some nice healing in from our party members here. You can also get some blindsides on this guy. But that does rely more on melee damage than anything else, so it's not a strategy I'd highly recommend. And we'll just keep going to range here. So Faize seems to be doing a good job of tanking. And he's certainly keeping Barachiel's attention. So most people would say, well, not most people, but a lot of people that I've seen would say that this is actually easier than the first boss, which we fight on the beach at the start of the game. But I think this guy gives a little bit more trouble to the player. But let me know what you think. Would you say Barachiel's the hardest boss so far? Bearing in mind that I have done a little bit of grinding as well, so this fight would be going down a lot worse had I not done so. Now, you might want to use MP recovery, because the amount of damage that your party members are going to be doing from melee range or just with normal attacks is going to be limited. So you do want them, really ideally, you know, casting their Symbiology and their skills, etc. So it's probably a good idea just to throw a few blackberries around the place, and you should be maxed out on them anyway. So let's throw another one onto Raimi here. And Limmel's doing a pretty good job of solo healing, I've got to say. I have maxed out her healing skill. So once these guys run low on MP this time, I'm probably going to turn them off and see if we can finish things off with Faize more than anything. If the boss is still alive at that point. So as you can see, his defences are very, very high indeed. And Edge is now pretty much out of the equation here. So I'm going to turn him onto... if we go down to tactics here, then I'm going to go ahead and just select to stay out of trouble. No, I'm going to go ahead and select don't do anything. Just put him onto manual mode. And I think we're going to do the same with our other party member in the form of Raimi as well. Oh no, don't cast ice needles. Oh well. It doesn't actually heal for a whole lot, so. Okay, and what I'm going to do is just throw some MP healing onto Faize. I'll just use one item at a time so we don't waste them if we don't need them. We will have to be making our way back manually, unfortunately. Now, Limmel is also going to be able to cast Cerberus, which does do a lot of damage in itself as well, because this boss actually has a weakness to the fire element. So maybe if we can get some fire attacks off as well, we can get some nice damage in. Yeah, look at that. Let's just get some healing going here. It seems that he likes to target whoever it is that we're controlling at the time. And we'll throw some healing onto Faize. Where is he? There we go. Thank you for the healing. I am just going to go ahead and turn our other friends back on for now as well, because Faize seems to be doing a whole lot of damage. And obviously it is important to actually be able to kill this guy. So let's get a few more blackberries going on them as well. Starting with Edge. And then with Raimi. The best sword, by the way, for Edge to have for this fight is the Flame Sword. Obviously, because of the weakness to fire, that is going to be a big help. Oh, we've got some nice damage off them with Stone Rain this time. Ah, I think we did it. I think we got it with Faize as well, which is what we wanted. I mean, I'm just guessing on that, but it looked like we did. So we get a monster jewel and a nice amount of experience. There's the level ups for Edge and Raimi.
happened to it?
It would seem we failed to recover the source of the disease.
Okay, one thing, I can't remember if I mentioned or not in that fight, but it is quite resistant to Earth, as you can see with Faize. But the reason why I was using a lot of Earth attacks is because I was trying to get that finishing blow with Faize, and there's not really much else he can do, seeing as how he cannot use the Ice Needles attack. Now, a lot of the fiends are going to have disappeared with the defeat of that boss, which is a good thing as well, because we've got to hop it back on foot back to the village. So we are going to do that, but I'm going to do that off camera because it's literally just the same way out as it was in. So just bear that in mind. But make sure you follow the maps so you don't get lost. You can also save as well, which is what I'm going to do before heading out, just to be on the safe side. But guys, I'm actually going to finish, I'm going to finish the episode here. Then off camera, I'm going to go ahead and make my own way back to the village of Trion. And I'll see you there starting at the next episode. So thanks for stopping by today. Oh, there is one more thing I meant to mention in the last episode, but I didn't. And that is just a little bit further south. I can't move the map, which is really annoying. There's a chest I forgot to get in the last episode. But it is just down south, so check on your map. Not the one that's over to the west there. That's one that has the ivy vines around it. We can't get that one. But there's one chest I missed in the last episode. I have got it since. It's fairly easy to get. Just look on your map. It's dead centre, really, on the first floor up north. And you'll find that no trouble at all. If you didn't already, of course. But thanks for stopping by today. I'll see you next time for more Star Ocean 4. Goodbye.